As CM Punk so eloquently stated in his pipe bomb promo, wrestlers aren't always eager to meet fans every waking second of their lives. While some wrestlers like Bret Hart are always down to chat with fans, some wrestlers just want to be left alone. Here are 10 wrestlers you don't want to meet in real life. Tazz. The human suplex machine Tazz is one of the more intimidating figures to come through the wrestling business. With that said, it seems that his gimmick is true to the real-life man, as meeting fans isn't high on his priority list. As he admitted himself on his radio show, Tazz attended a wrestling convention in New York and walked away not even enjoying the experience. To avoid any awkward encounters, you're better off calling into his radio show. Stacy Keibler. Stacy Keibler had her WWE run during a time where the female wrestlers were still referred to as divas. That seems to be a pretty apt description of the starlet. Since retiring from WWE, Keibler has stepped out of the spotlight and intends to keep it that way. However, even prior to stepping into the spotlight, fans have said that she thought she was a bigger star than she was and she was unapproachable. Sorry people, you gotta lust after her from afar. CM Punk. Speaking of who we spoke about in the intro, CM Punk isn't exactly a chirpy ball of ice cream and rainbows. By Punk's own admission, he can be a moody asshole at times, and that doesn't translate well for fans wanting to meet Punk. While some fans have had positive experiences, other fans detail stories of Punk being standoffish and kind of a jerk. It seems that if you're courteous and nice, you should be fine, but it's still a bit of a gamble when meeting the best in the world. Chris Jericho. Y2J, you just made the list. Sort of. We feel the need to put an asterisk next to this entry because it really does depend on what point in time you meet Chris Jericho. If he's playing a babyface on TV, then you're in the clear. He's a polite and nice stereotypical Canadian. If he's playing a heel though, Jericho himself wrote in his third book of how he completely ignored a father and son duo one time in an elevator because he was doing his ultra serious heel character. So remember, pick your spot carefully with this Canuck. Jake Roberts. Evidently, DDP Yoga can only do so much for someone's manners. While some of the fan encounters with Jake the Snake can be put aside due to his noted problems with alcohol and drugs, it seems that even after his cleanup, Roberts can be a prick. And even after his sobering up, he went from being a prick all the time to being a prick half the time. Negative experiences with Roberts say that he tries to be done with fans as quick as possible and is generally a mean person. Do yourself a favor and turn your back on this snake. Virgil. One of the saddest and weirdest stories in wrestling, former Ted DiBiase lackey Virgil has resurfaced on the internet in recent years due entirely to his shameless attempts at cash grabbing from fans. Some of Virgil's tactics include luring fans into conversations only to ask them for an overpriced picture or butting into fans' pictures with Ted DiBiase. Tip from TheSportster: if you see Virgil, run. Sabu. Most fans don't value the autograph or picture with a wrestler as much as the experience as a whole. With that in mind, meeting Sabu probably isn't the best idea. Largely a private individual, Sabu has started attending wrestling conventions in recent years with his significant other, Melissa Coates. At these cons, Sabu is mostly silent while Coates does the talking. He doesn't seem like a bad guy, but that being said, probably best not to meet him. Scott Steiner. If you want to hear a rambling promo about Hulk Hogan or Ric Flair, you go to Scott Steiner. If you just want an autograph or a picture, don't go to Scott Steiner. While he may not physically attack fans like he has fellow wrestlers, you aren't going to get much out of him if you meet him. Your only shot at getting a picture or autograph with Steiner is if you pay for it at a convention, and even then, don't expect much interaction. Bubba Ray Dudley. It would have probably been stupid to assume that someone like Bubba Ray Dudley was going to be a nice guy. With that in mind, Bubba is notoriously one of the rudest guys to meet in the wrestling industry. Abrasive, rough around the edges, and uninterested in interacting with fans, we've yet to hear of any positive story involving the fans and this Dudleyville resident. If you're gonna meet a Dudley, go for Devon. Testify! Brock Lesnar. There might have been some entries here that surprised you, but this is the most obvious entry on any list ever, and we have done a lot of them, so we know what we're talking about. We have to face it, Brock Lesnar doesn't give a damn about us peons. This conquering warrior has better things to do with his time, presumably F5ing large animals, than take pictures with you. The few times Lesnar does take pictures with fans, he looks unhappy, so best to stay away from this beast. And that's it for our list. Which wrestler are you most curious to meet in real life? Let us know in the comment section below, and don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe to TheSportster for more awesome content. See ya!